After visiting the job star Ferris wheel, we decided to visit the Three Borders landmark on the Brazilian side, known in Portuguese as Marco das Três Fronteiras. To get to the Marco das Três Fronteiras from the job store, there are two options. The first option is walk from the Ferris wheel to the Three Borders landmark. We attempted to walk, but the directions on Google Maps were unclear, and the guidance that we received from people was not very helpful. So, for safety and time reasons, we decided to choose the second option instead. The second option is to take an Uber, which cost 10 reals, 10 Brazilian reals. Although the area is far from the city, it has many tourist attractions, and you can easily find taxis and Ubers near these sites. The Uber arrived relatively quickly, and the ride was short, making it a worthwhile choice to travel there by Uber. When we arrived, I noticed a building with a stone or brick facade that resembles colonial era construction. A sign welcoming us to the landmark at the Three Borders area. In the distance, I could see the international bridge known as the Ponte da Fraternidade. The Three Borders landmark is open from Tuesday to Saturday, operating from 1:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. To visit the Three Borders landmark on the Brazilian side, you need to purchase an entrance ticket. This ticket can be both online through the official website or in person at the building's ticket office. On that occasion, I purchased my ticket for 55 Brazilian reals. In the video description, I will provide the website of this attraction so you can find the prices and additional information about the place. We arrived at approximately 5:40 p.m. because there is a dance show scheduled for 6:30 p.m. The show highlights the cultures of Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay, telling the story of the creation of the Three Border landmark. It aims is to enhance or highlight the cultural diversity of the triple border area, illustrate the cultural ties among the countries, and explain the historical events that led to the establishment of the borders markers over there. Here is a recommendation for you for your visit to the Three Borders landmark. Arrive at least 40 minutes before the musical show begins. This will give you time to take pictures of the area during the daytime and enjoy the sunset. The show lasts approximately 2 hours, and there are plastic chairs available for you to sit on while watching. However, these chairs are not set out in advance. Instead, an area will be marked for the show, and you will be informed that you can bring the chairs and arrange them around the designated space or designated area. If you want a good spot to sit, it's best to arrive early. To enter, you must go through the souvenir shop. which has several interesting items. It depends on budget, but the magnets are affordable. The central feature of the area is the yellow and green obelisk that marks Brazil's sovereignty in the territory. The green and yellow obelisk was inaugurated on July 20th of 1903, about 11 years before the political emancipation of the city of Foz do Iguaçu in 1914. The national monument was inaugurated by Marshal Cândido Rondo and the military engineer Dionisio Cerqueira. The monument, which since is the monument which since its beginnings symbolized peace between nations, is today a cultural and tourist space for residents and visitors from all over the world. In the Porto Meira neighborhood in Foz do Iguaçu, on the border of Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay, where the Iguaçu and Parana river meets. Next to the obelisk on the Brazilian side, there are several signs bearing the names of Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay, where you can take pictures. It's the classic picture that you can take next to those signals or signs that has the names of the countries. There is often a line to take photos in front of these signs, especially towards the end of the show. I recommend taking your photos early. However, I took mine at night. You can also see a motto representing the three landmarks. As far as I recall, is located next to one of the food courts that they had. So there are these small mottos representing the landmarks of Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay. There is a spectacular view of the Parana River and the international bridge under construction on that side of the border. From here, you can see the landmark of the three borders on the Argentine side and the Paraguayan side. The Argentine landmark, or the landmark in Argentina, is located on the banks of the Iguaçu River, and it was inaugurated the same year in 1903. The Paraguayan landmark is located on the right bank of the Parana River, and it was constructed on January 26, 1961. There are two gastronomic spaces in the Marco das Três Fronteiras, or the Three Borders landmark. The first one is the restaurant Cabeça de Vaca, located within the attraction with live music and a special menu from the three countries, Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay. The second gastronomic option, or second gastronomic space, is the Praça Três Fronteiras, which is an open-air food court that offers visitors a variety of regional foods options with a special border menu. So they have tapioca, shawarma, churros, hot dogs, popcorn, coffee, draft beer, choripan, and amount of other good options. As I said before, an artistic show takes place there. The artistic interventions pay tribute to the Brazilian culture, Paraguay, and Argentina, also the indigenous people and the European migration in the region. There are about of 20 local artists performing daily from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. The show begins with the legend of the falls, where the public learn the story of the forbidden love between the Naipi and Taroba Indians, uh, with gave rise to the Iguaçu Falls. Then the performance of the minuet, or the group, takes the visitors on a journey through the history of the region. To close the night with flourish, the show das Tres Fronteiras pays tribute to the culture of the three bordering countries. The passionate Argentine tango captures everyone's attention with an impressive performance. Brazil is very well represented with all the joy and energy that only a good samba can provide. And the Paraguayan polka is represented in a spectacular performance with all the beauty of the Paraguayan culture. When the show ends, it is already nighttime, approximately 9 p.m. 8:30, 9 p.m. So to return to Foz do Iguaçu, you can go by Uber, taxi, or the transportation service that you have hired. We return by Uber, but you have to be careful because the internet signal is not very strong there. So, however, or despite that, we got an Uber and we paid approximately 30 Brazilian reals. Well, that day I was able to learn and do many different things. For example, I had visited a border area for the third time in my life. The first visit was to Lake Titicaca, which lies between Bolivia and Peru. The second visit it was to the border between Colombia and Panama, going to Sapsuro in Colombia and Isla La Miel in Panama. This third visit took me to Foz do Iguaçu, where the borders of Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina met. Also, this was my first experience in a triple border area, and I was able to learn a little bit about the common history between Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina. And I was able to learn a little bit about the culture and the cultural and artistic expressions of those countries, Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina. So, thank you very much for listening to my story. Subscribe for more and see you the next time. Bye bye.